Chase Claypool was traded to the same division as the Vikings play in the NFC North, and he was traded to the Chicago Bears. The Bears acquired Chase Claypool for a 2023 second-round pick. Now, the big gist about this move was, why trade a second-rounder for Claypool? He's not good enough. He doesn't deserve to get traded for a second-round pick. So where are your thoughts on that, and what does this move do for Justin Fields?
I did think a second was a little pricey. Preferably, I would give up a third-round pick. But at that point, I mean, we're really not making a huge deal out of it, right? Especially, we talked about a little bit before, there's no one right now, I don't think the Bears could have went out and got for this price that would have had the same contribution Chase Claypool will have. I don't know if Brandon Cooks, especially with the larger salary, who's 29, 30 years old, probably doesn't fit in that timeline as well. And we talked about DJ Moore. They wanted at least a first-round pick plus more. So I think for the price tag, a second-round pick, you mentioned on your TikTok as well, the free agency class for wide receiver isn't great. And I don't know if the Bears, they didn't show a willingness last year to take a wide receiver high. Maybe that they filled a few holes this year. Maybe they're more willing to now, especially since they got a couple things in the secondary figured out. But I do like it for the Bears because you have to see what you have with Justin Fields. You have to see over these last 8-9 games with Mooney and Claypool now, and you don't have just one weapon. You have two. Khalil Herbert is emerging. David Montgomery's still there. I think Herbert should eventually take over that RB1 spot we were talking about a bit before. He just has more burst. He's a bit more explosive. I think a lot more explosive than Montgomery right now. I like the move a lot from Chicago. I really think this shows growth out of the front office, being able to get off that linebacker, get a wide receiver for a young quarterback, help him out. Teams should see what Chicago is doing. I had someone tweet at me and be like, you should have saw the vision. We tried telling you. I was like, y'all made no moves up until a week ago. We didn't see shit from the Bears. You guys did nothing. Now you're making moves. Now I can respect it. I could see the vision. I like this move a lot.
Damn, that DJ Moore package would have been cool, though, bringing him into Chicago. He's still
first,
young.
He is, but Chicago's first, I think, is a little too pricey.
There's a brand new fantasy app. It's called Boom Fantasy. You got over-unders, player props. You got matchups. This player versus that player. That's personally my favorite, and long shots. You can win 40 times your money. And if I'm not mistaken, Joel, NBA is coming soon.
Yes, sir. NBA will be in the app in the next 10 days or so. You know, I believe opening night is October 19th, so we'll have stuff up a few days beforehand. That's going to be fun because we have it every night. You don't have to wait till Monday, Thursday.
Did you get your code? For the League Pass?
I did get my code for the League Pass.
I got my code, too.
Yep, that's amazing.
That's from 2K, right?
Yes.
That's tough.
Amazing.
That's fire.
So if you guys haven't already, download the Boom Fantasy app right now. Link is in our description or in the caption wherever you're watching. And DJ Moore right now, PJ Walker, is historic.
Is it really?
He had you saw the Hail Mary?
No, of course I saw. I'm saying, like, do you have a stat to back that? Or you just were saying
Well,
that?
he's broken out.
That's the throw he threw to DJ Moore is one of the longest throws in the past, 10 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So it is historic.
He's an XFL legend, PJ Walker.
No, yeah, I remember he came in after the, he was like really
He played with the
dominant.
Roughnecks.
Okay, yeah. Great move. You want to do the semantics. Second is too steep. Third, listen, man, you got to make moves for your guys, man. You got to bring in help for your guys. And Chase Claypool, as mid as he is, you still have to bring in help for your guys.
Why do you hate Chase Claypool? I know
so
Drew's a big Chase Claypool fan. He thinks he's gonna have like a
because of shit like that. Like people think he's so great, and he literally is just an average receiver, and it's okay to be average. You know, the receivers are tough. It's a lot of guys in the league, but he's just average. He's not that good, you know. But for a Chicago Bears offense, which doesn't have many average receivers, you know, bringing in Chase Claypool, see what your quarterback has, that's something you got to do. You know, a second may be too steep, but you got fucking 8 draft picks in this next coming draft, but you'll be okay. So I think this was a good move for the Bears. You finally make some moves. You can finally do something for your quarterback, and I would love to see the connection between them two. But Mooney is better.
I think Mooney's better too. And real quick before you go, I think the Steelers are just going to draft another receiver next year and fill that Chase Claypool role. I feel like if you're not breaking out with the Steelers,
don't they have to pay Deontay?
They paid him this offseason.
Okay.
A 2-year deal short. Drafted Pickens too, who has had a really
Pickens,
good season
Pickens
so far.
took the, yeah,
You
he's
have
nice.
Deontay and Pickens who both play on the outside.
And we know the Steelers, bro. They'll draft every year receiver. They'll develop him, and he'll turn into a really good receiver. So I'm not worried about Pittsburgh. I think it's a good move getting a second for him.
If I'm Justin Fields, I'm feeling like getting a lollipop. I'm feeling like if I just got a lollipop after being at the dentist.
For
I think
Chase Claypool.
Yes, you just got rewarded after playing great. You know, you're at the dentist. You get rewarded after getting your.
I would say it's more
clean.
like a little mint.
I think it's still good enough. You know, it doesn't damage your teeth as much as a lollipop does. So I think it's still it's beneficial. I think the second round pick isn't really that steep, and the reason I say that is because either they're drafting a receiver with a second round pick, and if you look at the history of receivers drafted in the second round, at least in the past couple of years, there are not many guys you take over Chase Claypool, quite frankly. And the 2023 free agent class of wide receivers are the best ones are Jacoby Myers, Juju Smith-Schuster, Allen Lazard, and those are like the headliner names. Juju's probably staying in Kansas City. Jacoby Myers, I don't know where he goes. Allen Lazard, I don't know where he goes, but I don't think any of those guys are better than Claypool outside of Juju. From the Steelers side, you got a second-round pick for someone who was giving up on routes, for someone who has been a locker room distraction at times. I think this was a great get for them, getting that second-round pick for Claypool, but for the Bears helping out Justin Fields. And I think what he's good at is what Justin Fields is good at, throwing those 50-50 balls. We saw in the Commanders game late in the game, Fields gave his receivers 2 chances to make a play, and had Mooney and Equanimous St. Brown caught those passes, we're talking about the Bears winning that game and being 4-4 right now. I think if that's Claypool, he probably makes that catch. I think he probably does make that catch. So I think it's a good alignment of skill sets for the Bears and Justin Fields.
What year is Claypool on? His second year, third? On his contract.
3.
Year
I
3.
want to say year 3
Because he
Sounds
played.
right.
Yeah, because this is his third year.
Sounds right.
But he had the 10 TDs the first year, and
Yeah,
then
He's in a Jettas draft class.
Yeah, he's kind of fallen off since.
maybe that's why I look at him as mid. That's a pretty
Better than Jalen Rieger.
I don't. It's him. That's it.